Yo, what's good, people? We are here with part 40 of Condensed Chaos by Phil Hine. We're getting there. Four O's here. Witches, wizards, warlocks, magicians, magus, and magi. Without further ado, let us continue talking about wealth and fame. Now, a useful archetype in this respect is the emperor, prince, or mandarin. Read Machiavelli for a start, and then examine the histories of great imperial figures. How does one act towards an emperor? With reverence, for insolence is courting death. An emperor likes flattery, but not obsequiousness. An emperor has great power, but is also aware of the responsibility which that power brings. Emperors are famed for their expansiveness. They must give the best gifts, as their reputation is at stake. A successful emperor knows how to make use of his resources, and knows how to generate respect in others. And respect is important. It is the basis of trust. Trust is not immediate. It must be earned. How must you act to win the respect of others? Find out and do it. Wealth is something which you either look forward to or have attained. In the Indian tradition, it is, like wisdom, a siddha, which is to say an achievement, something which happens gradually. On the tantric path, all so-called magical powers are merely byproducts of one's passage through the world. Other people may well attribute those things to the magician before he himself realizes it. Ganesha is a useful deity. He brings wealth, but he is not attached to it or weighed down by the necessity of it. He is relaxed in the world. So how can we obtain a useful definition of wealth magic? I would say that wealth magic is the process of learning to recognize and enjoy one's immediate circumstances. Expansiveness is characterized as high spirits, generosity, and willingness to talk, all of which implies a sense of relaxation in the immediate present. The empty-handed gesture. The mark of an advanced sorcerer is the use of the so-called empty-handed gesture, which is acts of sorcery without use of any physical props or formalized settings. Practice in visualization, a quiet confidence which falls just short of being arrogance, and the ability to free and establish desire from the ties of the ego complex are requisite skills, all of which are developed through more formal sorcery practice. The advanced sorcerer may only use a series of gestures, and rely on visualization and make-believe to create the space he requires for magical action. A successful sorcerer need not be surrounded by icons of material wealth, but all the same, tends to appear to be lucky or seemingly have a facility for being in the right place at the right time. The effective sorcerer pays attention to what happens in his life, noting the hidden patterns that run through the apparent chaos of everyday life, and acknowledging the intrusion of fortuitous coincidence into his life. While he may claim a high success rate, the chances are that he is selective about what he chooses to enchant for. Chapter 6. Chaos Servitors. Evocation. The term evocation means to call forth, and it is used to describe all magical techniques which serve to bring forth some kind of entity into a defined space, such as a bottle or a crystal, or simply a visualized form which has shape and character. The practice of evocation has generally come to be associated with the so-called demons of grimoires, such as the Keys of Solomon, and has, in some quarters, acquired a dubious reputation. When you evoke a spirit, it is usually to get it to perform some kind of task for you. Again, such pragmatism is seen as unspiritual, and therefore an act of lesser magic. In other quarters, evocation is similarly frowned on, as it is felt that magicians should not order spirits about. Neither arguments are convincing, and evocation is a very useful magical technique which, once the basic elements have been grasped, has numerous applications. A servitor is an entity consciously created or generated using evocatory techniques to perform a task or service. In the Western esoteric tradition, such entities are sometimes referred to as thought forms, while in Tibetan magic, for example, they are known as tulpas. Servitors can be usefully deployed to perform a wide range of tasks or functions on your behalf. Servitor design sequence. The following gives a basic approach to designing servitors for a wide range of tasks and demonstrates how you can utilize some of the techniques presented earlier. In this sequence, servitors are treated very much in cybernetic terms, as they are some kind of programmable astral machine. Number 1. Define general intent. The first step in designing a servitor is to decide the general sphere of influence into which your intention falls, such as healing, protection, binding, harmony, luck, divination, mood enhancement, success in, and so forth. Defining your general intent will assist you if you wish to use symbols and magical correspondences in creating your servitor. For example, if you were invested or interested in creating a servitor to act within the sphere of healing, then you could assemble any associations, symbols, emotions, memories, etc., which you relate to the concept of healing. By consulting a book of magical correspondences such as 777, you could build up chains of correspondences, planetary figures, scents, colors, planetary hours, etc. How far you go in this direction is very much a matter of personal choice. Alright, we're going to stop it there, and we will be back tomorrow to continue speaking about designing a servitor. A little sneak peek here at a sigil. Look at that, we're going to get into it. Starting to get, look at that, page 107 as well. Page 107, you see that? There we go. 17, that's Keter and Netzach. Some of my tattoos. Anyway, I'll leave it there. I'll see you tomorrow.